So I guess it's supposed to rain today. Says 100% in the afternoon. Yes, it was pretty crazy. Very, very crazy. It put me to work. I had to go to work because of the rain. So, anyways, I wanted to come out here and do a quick video. You guys let me know what you think. I'm going to be talking about a couple things, maybe 5 or 6 things that you need to know before buying a Harley bike. Harley Davidson's one of the coolest bike ever. I love my Harley. I ride a 2005 Road King, and I truly love it. Man, this is such a cool bike. I'm telling you, I love it. So anyways, I want to talk about 5 different things. Maybe you're new. Maybe this is your first time buying a motorcycle. Or maybe you're just, trying to get some information as well. Some of you guys that have motorcycles for many years, there's a few of you guys that support the channel. I definitely appreciate you guys supporting me and all that good stuff. Definitely put some comments down below. This is not the 5 things. This is just some things that come all over my, in my brain housing group. And I wanted to share with some of you guys. And obviously, if you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you could be notified when I post videos. I really, really appreciate it. There is nothing like a motorcycle. Man, I'm telling you right now, if you're new, if you're trying to buy a bike, if you're trying to, start into this, this lifestyle of motorcycles and things like that, know 2 things. First of all, they are dangerous. They can kill you. And second of all, they are so much fun. There's nothing. You could jump on the motorcycle and just have such a great time. Let's see what's going on here. Alright, here we go. So, either way, let me tell you the first thing. Hopefully this makes sense to some of you guys. And the first thing is going to be simple. There are more bikes than Harley bikes. I know some of you guys are going to be like, what? Again, this is supposed to be 5 things before buying a Harley Davidson, right? But just know that there are more bikes other than Harley bikes. A lot of times we as Harley owners or, motorcycle riders, we get really brand fan, if you want to call it that. We're like, Harley's the best bike, or this is the best bike. And sometimes we become blind or other motorcycles. But like I said in the past, this Road King right here is a great bike. But the Indian Springfield is an also great bike as well that kind of looks the same, right? And then you have the Yamaha Stratoliner or the Roadliner that kind of looks the same too. Big baggers with bags, and actually that bike has a 1900cc motor, so it's like way bigger than this little 80A. So again, there's other bikes out there, guys. Don't get so concentrated talking about other bikes. There we go. Don't get so concentrated on, a Harley bike and that's about it. Don't get like that. There's more bikes out there, that Harley Davidson. And specifically, if you want to go into the crotch rockets, or if you want to go into the sport bikes and things like that, there's a lot of other choices out there. Alright, number 2 is going to be simple, and something that you may want to think about it, the used market. Think about the used market, because I'm going to tell you, Harley Davidson bikes are expensive. Now, you could think about something like a little sporty or something like that. It's really not crazy expensive. You could buy them for about, I don't know, $11,000, $12,000, maybe less than that, $9,000. I don't know. It's a lot cheaper. And again, some of you guys are looking to finance. It's not going to be a crazy payment, something that probably people can afford. But at the same time, remember this, some of these bikes could be very, very expensive. Look at a Road King. Look at a Road Glide, Electric Glide, a Fat Boy, things like that. You're looking the high 1900s or 19,000, and then you're looking into the 20,000s. It's pretty normal to pay $21,000, $22,000 for a Road King, right? So again, that is a lot of money. So if you are new into the market, that's just not going to work out for you. Really not. Really not going to work out for you. Again, getting a payment of $400 a month for your new bike when you don't really know much about bikes, when you don't really know much about, how to ride them and things like that, it may not be necessarily your first choice, and it may not be the smartest choice, really out there. Think about it. You get a Roll King for $22,000, and then you don't like it. You come to find out you don't like the bagger style. You come to find out it's too heavy for you or something, right? It's something that you don't like. Well, you got a $22,000 bike. What are you going to do now? So, again, the used market may be great for some of you guys to get your feet wet, to start understanding, to start learning some of these motorcycles, to start getting an idea of what it is to ride a motorcycle. I really think that looking into the used market may be a great idea, right? And I'm going to tell you, I've seen some great deals for Harley Davidsons out there. Really, really good deal. I mean, look at this bike. I got a really good deal on this bike. There was a couple things that I had to fix. Obviously, it is what it is. But overall, I really got a really decent deal for this bike. So you can find anything out there for, again, pretty decent money. I've seen some Heritage Classic at a really good deal with really low mileage. So again, may not be the best idea to spend $22,000, $25,000 on a bike that may be too heavy for you, on a bike that may be too difficult for you, or too much bike. And again, crazy payments versus trying to get your feet wet, buy a used bike, use it for a while, learn how to ride, learn what it's all about, and then sell it, and then, you know what? Get a better bike. Man, a little bit of traffic right now. And it looks like it's about to rain. Like I said, 100% chance of raining today. I want to move out of this traffic. Just because I was talking about buying a bike, obviously you're going to have a choice to either pay cash or finance the motorcycle, right? So again, if you have cash, it's all good. It's obviously the best way. You don't want to be owing money. Financing a motorcycle is going to cost you more money. Everybody knows that. But the thing about here that I wanted to mention is that, remember, when you finance a bike, maybe all cool, you go to the dealer, they do everything. It's really convenient how they work it out, right? But also, remember to check with your bank, right? Especially financial credit unions and things like that. A lot of times they have a really good deal, very, very good deal. And, I have used them in the past for my car, where I have bought a car at a dealer, and then I went to my financial credit union and refinanced my car for a lower payment. So that's something that you may do. And I also did the same thing with my motorcycle. I bought the motorcycle at a dealer, and then later on I went to my financial credit union, and like I say, I refinanced not only the car, but I also refinanced my motorcycle for a very good payment, right? So here's the thing that I'm trying to say. Don't just kind of stay with the dealer. Maybe do a thing where you actually go to your financial credit union, ask about some of the information. They may tell you a credit that you may approve for, or they may tell you something before actually running your credit. They may tell you something like, look, you may get this percentage, or you may be able to get this rate. And again, by doing that, you may get an idea of the payment that you may gonna get. But also, a lot of times they give you a check. So by getting that check, you kind of have some power on the refinancing or in the purchasing of the motorcycle. Because like I said, having that check is like having money. So again, you may be able to go to the dealer and say, no, I want to pay this much out the door. Here's the check. If you want to do the deal, let's do the deal. And it is what it is. I tell you, that's the way to ride a motorcycle. This dude in front of me has a jacket, has shoes, has gloves, has all kind of different safety equipment. That's pretty good. Now, let me tell you something, because as I was talking about buying a motorcycle, and as I was talking about refinancing the motorcycle, one thing that I would tell you is to check on this, because a lot of guys don't realize this, and this is good advice for regular cars as well. Check the insurance. Now, some states are required to have insurance, some states does not. I'm pretty sure that if you refinance or finance a motorcycle, you're going to have insurance. You really will, because some of these places kind of like make you get insurance when you finance a motorcycle. And it makes sense, because the bike belongs to the bank. I know people say, that's my bike. Well, that's not really your bike until you get the title. The bike belongs to the bank. So they want you to have insurance. So check your insurance, because I'm going to tell you, from this bike, from the Road King to the Road Glide, wow, the insurance was different when I checked. Really different. So if you are trying to meet that budget, or you're trying to meet that price range where you said, for example, hey, look, $300 a month, $250 for the bike, and $50 for the insurance. But then again, you know, the Road King insurance is cheaper. Maybe you could buy a better Road King or more money, because again, you know, you're able to afford more bike because you have to pay less insurance. Go back into, wow, look at this, look at this. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. I guess some kind of way I have to cross over, but he could have taken the you know, the corner where the light is, right? So again, like I was saying, you may be able to buy more bike because you have to pay less insurance. That's what it is, and that may be something that you need to check. So don't just check the price of the bike. Don't just check the insurance. I mean the credit union. Do that as well. But there's more things that you could check. The insurance is definitely something that I would consider if I be you. It's like a little park right here. We always got to stop and look at the Road King, because that's just something that we got to do, right? I want to tell you the last thing. The last thing that I think that you should think. So the last thing that I think that you should think. There we go. Here we go. We won't even turn the bike off. Put her in neutral. Alright, so here's the last thing. I love my bike. I really do. And I love the fact that I have my bags. I love the fact that I have my trunk, which is it closed? Yeah, it is closed. Allows me to put a bunch of stuff in there. The windshield is amazing. You know, allows me to block all that wing and all that good things. And I mean, it's an 88. It gets a little hot, but it is what it is. You know, it's just a motorcycle. I like how it shakes and all that stuff. But again, as good it could be for me to transport stuff to go to work, you know, have, you know, tools or rain gear, whatever you want to put in there, right? And as good as it can be, and as much fun as it can be for me to, you know, take it to work and ride it, pretty much, guys, I ride it pretty much all the time, you know, to go to work and stuff. Like my truck, it kind of stays in the garage, not in the garage, outside, but you know what I'm saying, in front of my house for a lot, you know, a long time. Sometimes it could be a week and it doesn't even move. But I'm going to tell you, as much as I love it, this is not a primary vehicle for me. Really not. So if you're buying a motorcycle with the idea that it could be your primary car, your primary way of transportation, I wouldn't say it's not doable. Really not. It is doable. But I would caution on that. I really would. Because you don't have protection to the weather. I just called my mom by mistake. I don't even know where I was. I'm like trying to make a video here in the channel. My mom is like, hello? So like I was saying, I would really caution you, if you want to get a bike as your only way of transportation. I really would, because there is so many things. Like right now, it may rain, and you know what? Um, the rain is just gonna bring a lot of other stuff into the picture, right? Obviously, it's more dangerous to ride a motorcycle when it rains. You're gonna get wet. If you have to go to work and you show up to work all wet and stuff, it's just a pain in the butt. If you gotta stop to get your kids, you can't do that. So the bike brings a lot of different issues. So if you're gonna get a bike as your main point of transportation, I'm not saying don't get it. All I'm saying is that at a specific people could do that. Not everyone could have the motorcycles your main point of transportation. And I'm gonna tell you right now, things such as or places like Miami, when I used to live in Miami, you'd be crazy to drive a motorcycle every single day in those highways. Man, that's insane. I wouldn't do it. I really wouldn't, because the motorcycle is so much fun to me, and I kind of feel that that would take away the fun that I have in the bike. Really would. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, guys. Let me know what you think. I just wanted to share 5 things that came to my head. There's way more than that, but I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, God is in control.